Y'all, this is my first version of one of these. I am not a gun expert. I am a gun enthusiast, and I will be doing these on things that interest me. One of the latest things that has interested me is the Taurus 856 ultralight compared to other small frame, J frame, etc. size revolvers. All guns have been checked. I'm not going to safety check. As you can see, this model that I'm holding is a Taurus 85, 5-shot 38 special with a 2-inch barrel. It's an older model. This is a new model, Taurus 856, 6-shot with a 2-inch barrel. This one happens to be the ultralight. I'm going to show a couple of different revolvers in some of my holsters. This holster is a Kydex holster that I made for a Taurus model 605. This particular gun is semi-retired for reasons we won't get into. However, it fits very nicely into that Kydex holster, just barely out. This was softened, and this was set up with a C-clip from a certain holster manufacturer. As you can see, it fits snug around the cylinder, room for the sights, and it fits snug around the trigger guard. The same holster fits my older Model 85 very similarly. One thing you'll notice on both of those guns is they had a partial lug. Well, scalloped full lug, I guess I'll call it. This has a full lug. This gun also fits nicely in the holster, but it takes a little more effort to get it in. It's fitting snugly here. It's fitting snugly at the guard, and there's plenty of room for the sights. The nice thing about this design is it was designed to be springy here. No, I'm not selling the holsters. This fits perfect. This fits but is snug, and as you can see, has received a few scratches from the use of this holster. Now we pull out my second center fire ever purchased. This is a Model 36, no dash, with the hammer pin. So if I dry fire this, I will be putting snap caps in it. When my 605 went down, I started carrying this again and realized it's loose in the holster. The holster still fits snugly at the trigger guard, but does not fit snugly at the cylinder. Ergo, the Model 36 cylinder must be smaller. No J-frame, small frame, lightweight revolver would be complete without a Ruger LCP. This fits in nicely with the spring still tight here. Has plenty of room around the cylinder, but because of the top strap is thicker, has no play in it. That's a brief example of one of my favorite IWB carry holsters. This is a 1791 holster that they say is designed for the LCR and the Model 36, or the J-frame. It fits them both very nicely, and I did have to break it in slightly when I got it. The LCR, the Model 36 is slightly loose, however, when it's worn it fits well, very well, and snugly. The Tauruses, I stretched it slightly, it now fits them snugly. Since it is leather and expands and moves, I can carry all of them comfortably. This has fast become my favorite outside the waistband holster. I have a Remora holster that fits them all well. Now, barrel lengths, etc. are all online. People shooting these guns are all online. I just want to take some measurements. So, cylinder of my Model 36, no dash, is 1.356. in width. The cylinder of my Taurus 85 is 1.3 4 in width. Let me go back because I believe I read that wrong. 1.306 is what I meant, not 5.6. So, Smith J-frame, 1.06. Model 85, 1.45. Model 86, 1.413. One point oh six, 1.4345, 1.403. A couple of tenths thicker than this, noticeably thicker than this. It feels slightly thicker when carrying, but doesn't look slightly thicker side by side. One thing I've noticed is that around the blast shield, you can see these are snap caps. You can always see a little around the blast shield. However, in the 6-shot, to me, there appears to be more room around the blast shield for seeing more of the cartridge. Now, what most of you have discovered is that the LCR is even narrower. The LCR 5-shot is 1.283. So as I attempt to line these up so you can see them in thickness, 1.283, 1.413. Not a huge difference, but all noticeable. I will say that the LCR, when fully loaded with 110 grain critical defense loads, which is my chosen carry load, weighs 15 ounces, give or take. This weighs 16 and a half ounces, give or take. I personally find this gun more comfortable to carry due to the grip design. Outside the waistband, it does not bump into me as much. I find this 856 grip less comfortable than the more traditional Taurus boot grip on my Model 85. The next thing I want to talk about is my chosen speed loaders. This is what I happen to have. I won't say it's chosen for the LCR. It is a Pachmayr heavy duty, I believe it's called, competition speed loader. This is a Safariland. I cannot tell you the model number offhand. It fits both the Smith and the Taurus 5-shots, including the 605. It does not fit the LCR. What I have found I like most for the 856 is my SL variant. I've had this for a Ruger Security 6, a vastly larger gun than the 856. And because this is an adjustable angle on the rounds, I'm going to use A-zooms for this. I've been able to adapt it to both guns. At this point, since I have Safariland Comp 2s for my Speed 6, I use those more. And I use this for the 856. Very simple, push in, it ejects the rounds into the chamber, and we're done. This trigger has been untouched. It's smooth, but a heavy trigger. Of course it's long. It's a double action trigger like that. I found that the single action trigger is light. I'm going to say in the 6-pound range, maybe slightly less. I have not put a gauge on it. It has a minimal amount of creep and then breaks very smoothly. But there is definitely the creep there. This is the best single action trigger I have on one of my revolvers, and yes, 3 of these are double action only. In single action, this is a under 4-pound trigger. In double action, I have it down from 10 to over 10 to around 9.5 with an Apex spring kit. I took the Model 85 with a Wolf kit, only did the hammer spring so far. It has lightened it, but I'm going to continue with the trigger spring shortly. Again, smooth trigger, but hard, and fast reset because of the heavy trigger return spring. I hope that this comparison has given you some idea of the Taurus 856 compared to other small frame or J-frame revolvers. I know there are plenty of videos on YouTube that talk about this firearm shooting. I'll leave it to them. Thank you.